Okay, hello fellow humans, it's Jeremy Parrish, and this is a long overdue Gintendo stream. It's been like 3 months since the last time I streamed, because my setup has not been working correctly. It keeps cutting out and then the audio gets out of sync. It's terrible, but I'm bypassing that this time by going directly to HDMI instead of going through my analog setup, and that means I should not have interruptions. If I do, well, then we know where the problem is. It's with my streaming device. Anyway, hopefully you guys can hear me, and if everything looks good, then I will get started with the game. Don't see any comments on the stream in terms of whether or not you can hear me. So, just gonna wait. Okay, well, no comments. I guess I'll just jump ahead. So I was trying to decide, playing this game, if I want to start a new game, or if I want to play a new game plus from a saved file. As you can see, there's one right here. I've completed the game and 100%ed it. Okay, everyone can hear me. So yeah, if I start a new game plus here with Soma, then he'll have like everything except the story-based power-ups. I don't know if that's interesting though, so I might just jump in and take over this data and start fresh. Let's see. I'm sure Kat won't mind if I delete one of her save files. She's got 2. Do you mind? Okay, she says she doesn't mind. Alright, so here we go. Gintendo Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. We're gonna... I don't know. Fresh game, cool, fun, exciting game. I guess I can jump later and play the crazy hard version or something. Alright, let's go. Yes. So this is our famous hero, Jin. With a skull. Because it's 19th century England, and gin is made of poison. Anyway, for those of you who have not seen one of my streams before, which is probably most people because I haven't streamed in so long, hi, I'm Jeremy Parrish, co-host of Retronauts. I work at Greenlit Content. I do stuff. You can see stuff that I create here on YouTube, actually. And this stream, I'm playing a Game Boy Advance game, and I'm playing this from, I guess, you could consider it real hardware. This is what do you call it? A GBA Consolizer. They sent me a loaner unit to review, and so I'm reviewing it right now. The GBA Consolizer is basically real hardware that someone has modded to output HDMI. So it's a much better solution than playing from the Game Boy player on GameCube. You don't need an upscaler, you don't have to worry about progressive video, any of that stuff. You just plug it in to your HDMI and you're streaming in high definition. Alright, this is the good one. This is the Castlevania designed in the style of Symphony of the Night with Ayami Kojima artwork, as opposed to bad anime artwork. Who is this mysterious man whose name sounds almost like Alucard? How strange. Who could he be? Wearing a suit. Let's see. Block said, is the GBA Consolizer like a Game Boy player for computers? No, it's actually a small self-contained device. It has GBA hardware inside, but basically it's been rigged up so the video cable connects to an HDMI digital out. So it has like full compatibility with Game Boy Advance. Everything except, I don't know, like one of those Rumble Pack games. I guess that'd be a little inconvenient, but it's real GBA hardware. It just plugs into HDMI, or in this case, yeah, HDMI, HDTV, streaming device, etc. I like that this game doesn't waste a lot of time with setup. It's like, oh, hey, your friend is hurt and you have weird powers, so go to the center of the castle. See you later. Okay, he's going on a little too long. There we go, that's better. She's out for the count. Alright, and the GBA Consolizer plays with a Super NES gamepad, so I'm actually playing with Super Famicom gamepad, but it's pretty much the same thing. Oh, look at how weak he is compared to how I normally play him, which is with New Game Plus. Sad. Anyway, this is of course a Gintendo stream, which means that sitting next to me is a glass of gin and tonic in this case. It is, oh, Soma, be careful. It is a glass of Monkey 47 gin, which is a very expensive gin that is finally seems to be available for kind of mass purchase in the US, and the price on it has come down drastically since when it was just a European import. So that's nice. I guess I have to go down here. Anyway, I figured it'd be appropriate because it's like the flavor of the Black Forest in Germany or whatever. This game doesn't take place in Germany, but Germany's pretty close to Castlevania, where it's normally set. Romania. Yeah? Sure, why not? Okay, well, I saved the game, so if I mysteriously die, I'll start back here and won't have to watch the intro. Anyway, I'm having a little trouble with my proportions, I think. I'm playing this on a much bigger screen than I'm used to. It's, you know, 42 inches as opposed to 2. So maybe I need to step back a little bit, give myself some more space. I see lots of people are joining the stream. Thanks for joining. Let's see. Soma needs to equip. Let's throw some spears. I don't have a special attack there. Okay. So that's the only power I have. Oh, I forgot to equip his equipment. How terrible. Short sword? Sure, why not? And cape. Okay, now he's very strong. Oops. I keep wanting to hit the buttons that I use on Game Boy Advance, and that's not what these buttons are because it's a Super NES pad. I'm just going to knock these guys' bones out of the air until I blast his skull away. That's right. Take that, skeleton. So yeah, this game isn't quite as detailed as Symphony of the Night, you know, because it's running on less powerful hardware, but Koji Igarashi and his team really did cram a lot of extraneous weird details into the game, like the fact that you could bat that skull straight out of the air. That was pretty cool. I like that the one power you have by this point is extremely effective against this guy. It's almost like they designed it that way. I also like that there's, I guess, some sort of fire bladder inside of his ribcage that summons heat from the air. So you can kind of predict when he's about to throw fireballs. Not that you really need it for a boss that easy, but, you know, they put some thought into it, and I appreciate that. As always, there is a castle map, which that is not the button for it. This is the button for it. There we go. What a small castle. Surely that is the entirety of the castle, right? Okay, so since we're here in a save room and I've started the stream, first, I beat a boss, so I deserve a glass of gin, or a sip of gin, not a whole glass. And secondly, let's see if I remember how to boot into the Consolizer menu. That is not it. Crap. There we go. Okay. So this is the GBA Consolizer menu. It's not super detailed. There's not a huge amount of stuff you can do here, but it's pretty much just enough. I don't know about the wizard. I think colors are fine as they are. Let's see, system. Oh, I can actually swap the A and B buttons, so maybe I'll do that. DVI plus mode is just for television compatibility, and I don't need that. A and B swap obviously swaps the buttons. So hopefully I can use B to jump and Y to attack. That's always good. And the audio LPF cuts out, I think, extremely high frequencies. Don't really need that either. You can check the about and see this was made by Woozle. And finally, video is where most of the features are. So smoothing is basically the filter. Do you want a slight filter? Do you want an extreme filter? I do not. You can also choose the zoom in, so you can go 4x, 5x, or 4.5. 4.5 actually fills the screen completely, but it's going to give you weird shimmering because it's not an even multiple. 5 actually fills the whole GBA, or the whole HD TV screen, but I don't recommend it because you're going to lose detail on the top and bottom, and GBA already has a pretty tightly cropped screen. So go with 4. Shaders are where it gets really, in my opinion, pretty good, because oh no, actually I'm thinking scan lines, but shaders allow you to adjust for different scenarios. The GBA shader makes it look a little darker, like it would, I guess, if you were looking at an actual GBA screen. Kind of diminishes the brightness. And Gamma does more of the same. It adjusts the bright point of the whites. So you can make it really dark, and it's just like playing a real GBA, but you don't have to. You have different color palettes. These are for classic monochrome Game Boy games. Basically, you can set a palette, and then you have to restart the system, but it will let you, do the color palettes that Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color applied to monochrome Game Boy games, which is a nice little feature. There's a whole bunch of these. It's hexadecimal, goes up to E7, so that's quite a few. And then scan lines. There's some pretty nice scan lines on here. I know scan lines are a point of controversy for some people, but the scan lines are great because you have, the usual, like, you're playing this on a CRT, and you've got just the horizontal scan lines, and you have 3 different levels of intensity for those. You probably don't want to turn on the, like the dark gamma and the GBA. Yeah, that makes it really dark. But what I really like are the other scan lines, the grid, which actually makes it look a lot more like a GBA screen. So normally I would not use smoothing, but I actually feel like if you use the 2x smoothing and the scan lines, the grid scan lines, it gives you more of a look that is actually reminiscent of actual Game Boy Advance. But this looks terrible on a stream, so I am not going to use that. But anyway, that is that's pretty much the run-through of what the Consolizer can do. Like I said, it's pretty modest. It's just like a GBA that has an HDMI plug, separate audio, and yeah, Super NES gamepad, and you just flip a switch and it turns on, flip a switch, it turns off. Oh, it also has a link cable, or a link cable port, so it has most of the functionality, pretty much all of it, I think, of the actual GBA. I'm not sure if it has... Did GBA have... I'm trying to remember if it had infrared. I don't think it did. No, that was DS. So, anyway, yes, that is your tour through the world of GBA Consolizer. Now, how the heck do I get out of this menu? There we go. Okay, so back to the game. Oh yeah, I got the buttons switched around. That's better. Still won't stop me from getting hit by a bat, though. So anyway, if you are interested in picking up a GBA Consolizer, they're not cheap, but, it's customized, bespoke hardware that someone is making and then 3D printing shells all of on his own. So, anytime you get into, like, boutique, modern-day, good grief, retro gaming hardware that runs on modern systems, modern televisions, it's not going to be, like the cost of one of those Retrons or something. It's a bit more complicated than that and costs a bit more. But I think the pricing is actually pretty reasonable. So I actually have purchased a Consolizer of my own once I send this thing back. So hopefully that'll show up someday, and I can play GBA games on big TVs like this. Alright. Now we're talking. Got the flying armor soul, so that means I can do that. I can also kill the killer fish. And the baby killer fish. I believe that fish is actually based on the song Killer by Vandergraaf Generator. That is correct. There is a lot of chat happening in the stream, and unfortunately I'm not able to check on it because playing on this extremely large television, much bigger than I normally play on, like I said, has me sitting pretty far back from my computer, so I cannot read the screen from here. My apologies. Someone said not using Wii. That's right, I'm not playing this on a Wii. I'm playing this with an actual cartridge on legit hardware, sort of. It's, you know, a stunt. I guess I could play this on Wii U, huh? But then you have to deal with Wii U emulation, which no one wants that. Although I guess the GBA wasn't so bad. That was in 2, right? So they did a pretty good job of it. As opposed to the NES emulation, which was god-awful. But the Wii U does not have my 100% save file, so that makes a world of difference. Alright, this part's cool. I love the shimmering effect back there. It looks really, I don't know, it has a nice effect on the actual GBA screen, but it doesn't look too bad here either. Come on, skeleton face. There we go, that guy's dead. It's on to the next room. One of the cool things about this game is that they finally clicked the timeline of Castlevania forward, so you're not traveling through, like, medieval Romania, but you're actually in Japan in the year 2035, I want to say? And I figured out earlier this year that the eclipse that happens in this game is an actual eclipse that will happen that year. So we were able to figure out the exact day that this game takes place. And I also figured out that July 4th was exactly July 4th of this year was the exact midpoint between this game's release date and the time in which the game happens. This means nothing whatsoever, but it's a fun little revelation if you're into stupid things like that. And I just killed an American soldier, and he was a zombie, and I got rotten meat, and that's actually kind of grim. Eating flesh giblets of a former soldier. Why not? I see some people feel like the screen colors are a little blown out, so, you know, I will go ahead and actually do the darker gamma and the GBA shader, and that way you will have a slightly less glaringly bright... Oops, I want that on. What is happening here? There we go. A less glaringly bright experience on the stream. So hopefully this helps. Game Boy Advance is so tricky because the original screen was so dark and they made games way too washed out to compensate. And then side-lit and backlit screens came along, and so many games looked so bad as a result. But you could see them, and that was the important thing. So I don't actually remember where I'm supposed to go in this game. I'm kind of playing it blind because, I don't know, because I'm not looking at the map. Oh, there we go. Okay, I guess this is the correct direction. If you are just joining, or a third of the way through the stream, I'm afraid you missed the GBA Consolizer demo, but you can still watch Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. I'm Jeremy Parrish, co-host of Retronauts and producer of the Video Works series, if you feel like clicking around my YouTube channel. And I'm playing Aria of Sorrow because it's cool and because I wanted an excuse to try streaming with the Consolizer. That guy hit me really hard. Can you believe a giant rock in your face actually hurts? And Aria of Sorrow is definitely one of the best of the Castlevania games. I hear that Bloodstained is actually as good, if not better, so I'm looking forward to playing that. I just haven't had the chance yet. I've been kind of waiting for the Switch version to, you know, not be busted. Looking forward to that day. People in the stream are telling me not to eat the rotten meat, and I think you guys are just no fun. But you're probably right. I think there's a little rotten kimchi up in my refrigerator. I could go eat that. See what happens. So you can tell it's a Japanese game because the Christian missionary is actually a bad guy. But he is giving you some backstory. Dracula's dead, sealed inside the eclipse, which doesn't actually make any sense, but okay. Ah yes, I remember that Nostradamus prophecy. In 2035, some guy's gonna take all of Dracula's powers. One of the most famous of his prophecies. Okay, let's see. I think I missed a save point. Let's go save. Not that I'm in any danger of dying, but I did jump into a boulder, and that's never good. Alright. Doing the Hail Mary thing. I assume that's who that's supposed to be. So, let's go this way and see what happens. I don't think this is a dead end, but I may not be able to get very far here. Oops, sorry, priceless vase. This place seems very familiar. But I know it's not actually the entrance because it's way on the wrong side of the castle. That's very confusing. I forgot that there was a duplicate entrance here. And more of the killer fish. Am I just backtracking? I feel like I'm hallucinating or something. Having deja vu. Okay, there's just a large money bag here. So this is the year 2035. I wonder what the inflation is at that point. $500 will buy you a can of soda at the Castle Commissary. Alright, onward and not upward. I think I'm actually going to go downward. I guess it makes sense that you run into the missionary guy right before you get to the chapel, yeah? Getting a mixed message from this game, though. There's a lot of Christian iconography. And then there's a three-headed skull. And also small demons. that was a long way down. Finally, some new weapons. Whoops. A sword made for stabbing. Well, that sounds very efficient. That's what I look for in a sword. Oh! Tiny imp, I hate you. No hidden passages there. Let's see, there's some very large rooms upstairs, so let's go check those out. So, can't you just take the stairs? Can't you climb here? Nope. What's up with all these useless decorative stairs in the background? I have my audio turned down so that there's not a lot of echo and duplicate sound on the stream, which is, you know, you don't want that. But it makes me sad because this is another one of those games where I don't get to enjoy the music. There's just a little hint of music, but I don't get to savor it myself the way you do. Yeah, take that. Oops, I think I just respawned the enemies. That's never good. And that is Durga the Goddess, not to be mistaken for Curly the Goddess. It was not worth coming up here. Especially since this is a game where hearts restore your magic points, which regenerate on their own. Oh, maybe I was supposed to duck down and get that. Okay. Let's... Oh! Oh. Okay, yes, I'll fight these guys all over again. Let's get that fancy sword. Oh, I already have one of those. Well, that's just lame. Okay, well, that was a pointless detour, so let's head back down. All the way down. I just checked the stream chat and someone said, sad, the next Castlevania will most likely be a patchy slot. Mutant Head Crab, you've got to have some faith. Konami's making a Contra game, and they made a Bomberman game. They're not just FIFA anymore, I hope. I would like for Konami to make good things. Or just things. Things would be good. Yeah, that's right, buddy. Oh, that seems very boss-like. Let's see what kind of boss there is here. This guy will just stand there and take chip damage from my spear. I like those guys. Oh, hey, maybe I should be careful. So I'm just going to lead him until he comes over here. I guess that is a manticore, but with his lion head and scorpion tail. Being attacked by Emerson, Lake, and Palmer. Oh, whoops. 2 fires, not 1. Okay, well, I've triumphed over Progressive Rock, so let's see what's waiting for me over here. It's Small Hopping Men. I'm actually very impressed by the ability these armor guys have to just pull a rock out of their chest. Or like a satchel on their back. I'm not sure exactly what's happening there. In any case, it's pretty impressive. Oh, whoa. That guy's got some power. He's actually stronger than the boss. Alright, let's pause here for a moment and see what the chat has to say. Mutant Head Crab says he wants to pet the Danger Doggo, which I guess is what he calls a manticore. Sure. Yoshi Zero complained that my ELP reference was obscure. And Mutant Head Crab notes that the zombies have hierarchy. Yes, they have ranks. Because they are rank. They are the undead. And they smell bad. Oop. Okay, so the trick is not to jump into goddesses with 4 swords. This is a handy life tip. There's another big skull and a girl with a broom. Oh, I can't quite reach that. Okay. Okay, well, someone was just defeated by a girl with a broom. Oh. They're all bastards. That's why I'm using a bastard sword. Let's see how speedy this thing attacks. Oh, that's better than I thought. I thought it was going to be like a 2-handed sword. But I guess if it's a bastard sword, you use it with your left hand? I don't know how that works. So I can't go up from here to the right yet. So I guess it's back to the left. And we'll go down. Isn't this a guy from Soul Calibur? He's an evil butcher. I guess he's the kind of butcher that puts his thumb on the scales? I don't know. I feel like I should be able to keep his knife when he drops it, though. That was really quite a lot of bones. And now it's Sokoban, because yes, this is a Castlevania game on a Game Boy system, so of course it's Sokoban. When I think of chapels, I also think of box-pushing puzzles. Let's see if I can use that over here. I thought I saw dust, but I did not. Nope. No shortcuts there. I like this interpretation of Arachne. She is a spider woman, but for some reason she shoots machine gun bullets at you. Just to remind you that you are in the future. This ain't your daddy's Greek philosophy or Greek mythology anymore. Okay, so time is marching on. Hey, it's this guy from Circle of the Moon. I hate him so much. I'm gonna smack the bull in the butt, because he's dummy thick. Oh, that was quite uncouth. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Secret passages. And watermelon. Oh, that was not the best idea I've had. I'm actually kind of running low on life. I suppose I should find a save room. So let's see, save room. Where would one of those be? Let's see what's up here. That does not look like a save room. Is this a save room? It sure is. Okay. Thanks, Mother Mary. Alright, so I've played from the start for a while. Let's play a little longer, and then I'm going to jump over to my New Game Plus save file and do some in-game stuff. Oh, she hit me in the face with a cat. Hey, it's this lady. This series really does like to have people just hang out in a castle until some guy shows up. I have to say that the plot twist for this game was pretty surprising and interesting at the time. And the sequel's plot was much less interesting. But the sequel did let you play as Alucard and Yoko and Jay. And that was pretty cool. Alright, so anyway, we are 2/3 of the way through this stream. Oh no, I'm cursed. I don't know what that means in this game. Oh, it means a Minotaur gets to hit me in the face with an axe. Is that a halberd? Whoa. Oh, not doing so well here. Hello. I changed my mind. I'm doing well here. That does not look like Yoko. That looks like a spinning devil demon thing. I'm going to go save this extraordinary progress, because now I am strong. Anyway, so yes, if you are just joining, and people are still just joining, I'm Jeremy Parrish, co-host of Retronauts, playing Game Boy Advance Consolizer with Castlevania Circle of the Moon, Aria of Sorrow, because it's an amazing game, and I love it, and the Consolizer is pretty cool. It's a way to play Game Boy Advance games in HD. Oh, Soma, can't you crawl, you sad little man? Don't want to get your pretty white jacket all dirty, I guess. Anyway, yeah, the Consolizer, I showed a little bit of the... Excuse me. I showed a little bit of the features that it offers earlier in the stream, so if you missed that, you might want to check out the stream archive when it goes up later. But basically, the Consolizer takes Game Boy Advance hardware and replaces the video out to an LCD screen with video out to HDMI. Oh, now I'm in trouble. And so that means you can just plug and play into an HD TV or into a capture device like an Elgato, and it's quick and easy and painless. And this is an advanced review unit they lent me to try out and test and review, and it's pretty great. If you are interested in one, they're not super cheap, but they're good and versatile, and they will be available for purchase. Actually, they are available for purchase. I don't remember the name of the site, but the guy who creates them, his online handle is Woozle64, WOOZLE 64, and you can look that up, GBA Consolizer, and you'll find a shop. And I think they're going to be shipping the first orders fairly soon. Hopefully. It is a, handmade boutique item, so it's taking a little while for them to fulfill orders. That is the nature of the beast, and having done Kickstarters and things like that, I can certainly relate. Alright, so, let's see, let's check out that whip sword that I've just picked up. It is just as strong as a bastard sword. Look at that, it's all springy. And it does not affect invincible enemies. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Whoa, it's an extraordinarily large guard guy. Whoa. Alrighty. It's very slow. He's no match for my backdash. But unfortunately, the whip sword is not very strong against a large armored man. There we go. That took care of him. Alright, it's a guy from the A-Team, I think. Alright, while they chat, I'm going to have some gin. Alright, in the chat, Jared Thompson said, "How come GBA music never sounded as good as Super NES?" That is because the Super NES had a Sony-designed audio chip that used samples, like sample-based sound, and it was great and good, and the GBA did not actually have a distinct sound chip like that. It was basically like Game Boy Advance sound. So you could do samples, but they were much lower quality, and took up a lot of space on the cartridges. And now you know. Alright, double jump. The The game is almost over. Boy, I've got a lot of things I need to be doing with my life right now, but playing this just makes me want to keep playing it. Yes. Alright. So I don't think there was anything over this way that I could not get before, or was there? Nope, okay. Whoa, Soma, watch out. Alright, so I'm going to head over and save the game, and I think after I do that, I'm going to jump over and mess with the new Game Plus file and see what, whoa, no, happens. When an archer comes along, you must whip it. Okay, saving the game, and I'm going to reset. So here we go. Whoops, that did not reset. What's the reset key here? There we go. Okay, I have done the soft reset, and jump back to the title screen. So here we go. Back into Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. Just in case you weren't clear before that it's licensed by Nintendo and produced by Konami, here's those title screens again. Okay, so game start. Can't remember what's in special. What is in special? Oh, nah. Let's not do a boss rush. Okay, we'll jump into a sort of new game plus. Look at how big that castle is. So much more real estate than it originally appeared to be. Okay, so this kind of takes me back to where I was. It's a reprise of stuff you've already seen. Have I beaten that first boss? Oops. Alright, so let's kill enemies with a giant demon vacuum cleaner. Why not? Okay, so I do not have the double jump yet, or the whatever the heck it's called. The Malphus? No, it wasn't Malphus. I can't remember. Anyway, the ability to float. There we go, that's what I want. Flying armor, that's what it's called. Fantastic. So as you can see, I believe I'm equipped with the Chrysaegrim, because it's so good. Oh, the Volman Way is what they changed the name to. Death's Robe and Sherman Ring. I don't know who Sherman is, but he makes me level up faster. Anyway, so yeah, this is all like in-game awesome stuff. I can use Death's Sickle. Sure, why not? Why not? Let us become Death. Yeah, there we go. And not only does Death's Sickle kill things, it also steals HP from bad guys. So many fun things. It's almost not fair. I don't know, guys. So let's see, I want the flying armor. Oh, Succubus is what causes the hit points to go up, that's right. Let's see. Alright, I have 100% saves, or 100% souls in this, aside from the story-based souls. So the Headhunter soul, which gives you extra boosts depending on how many souls you've collected, is extremely good right now. But it's not as fun as some of the other stuff. Flesh Golem would let me eat the flesh of dead American soldiers. I don't know about that one. Can gain strength with a lubricant. So many choices. Alright, let's go with something fun. Let's go with... These are all boring. These are all the boring powers. Alright, let's, Isn't there one that decreases my... Yeah, there we go. Oh, that defensive strength increases. No, that's not as fun. I don't know how that guy works. Let's see. Whoa. Got a bird. Alright, but I don't have a double jump. That's very confusing, you know? You pick up a double jump, then you switch to a game that doesn't have... Or the, yeah, save that doesn't have double jump. But I do have the ability to throw birds. I'm gonna kill a bird with a bird. Yeah, take that, buddy. Whoops. Man, I don't know about this Blue Crow ability. Where did that come from, anyway? Maybe Altair? Some of these are much too expensive for me to actually feasibly use right now. Alright, we'll go with Maneater. That sounds fun. And we'll go back to Succubus, because why not? Why not just steal all the hit points? Oh, goodbye, White Dragon. I killed you in a single shot. Actually, 2 shots. Okay, this is kind of taking the challenge out of the game. Not that there was a lot to begin with, but let's see. We'll switch to the Silver Gun. A ninja suit, that sounds kind of cool. A Satan ring. The rare ring is what's fun. Rare items drop more often. Okay, now Soma has a gun, because that's how Castlevania works. It does feel appropriate to kill zombie soldiers with a handgun, though. But how come they're not leaving me body parts for me to eat? A little disappointed. So the handgun actually becomes pretty useless by mid-game because it's so weak, but here in the early game it's just fun to cruise around and destroy everything. Shoot bones out of the air, you know, that kind of thing. Soma's just a crazy guy. Actually, the idea of a teenager running around with a handgun these days leaves a little bit of a bad taste in the mouth, I guess. But it was a different time. Also, he's Dracula. Sorry I just spoiled it for you, but it's the truth. I feel like there's probably a movie somewhere where Dracula runs around shooting people with a gun. Like little fang bullets or something. Alright, well, this stream is kind of running on. I probably need to shut down soon. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed seeing a bit of the GBA Consolizer being put to use to play such a good game. It's such a good game, guys and ladies. And once again, I have destroyed a rare and priceless urn. That's the one constant about Castlevania. If you see something beautiful, you have to destroy it. appreciate the little attention to detail with the, what do you call that? Like a bullet impact explosion? I don't know. I'm sure there's a word for it that's just completely slipping my mind right now. But it's all good. I think there is like a laser or something elsewhere in this game. Maybe that's in the other one. Wait, I need to go up. That's a laser. That's a ripple laser. Because they do love their Konami references. See you later, Graham. Oh, back to church. Running around, shooting candelabras. And it just started raining like crazy. Because that is the perfect mood to set for Castlevania. Yes, Mom, I just shot a giant skull. This projectile is somewhat less useful than the handgun, but I do like the fact that it's a different color every time you fire it. Sometimes I wonder if the Castlevania team just got, like, super bored and said, we just need to put in some dumb extra stuff. Anyway, I'm kind of just running through the same area as before, which is probably not very exciting for you. So I think I'm going to call it a stream now and sign off, but it seems like the stream ran okay without any defects or anything. It didn't drop, so clearly the problem is somewhere in my analog recording setup. So hopefully I can nail that down and I can stream from other systems too. But thanks everyone for watching, and hope you enjoyed this demo of the GBA Consolizer. If you have any questions, feel free to ping me on Twitter, where I am GameSpite, and I'll try to answer any questions you might have, but I think it's all pretty straightforward. And again, it's a really neat little device. Plays games exactly the way you want them to, which is all anyone could really ask for. So that's it. For Retronauts, I'm Jeremy Parrish. This has been Gintendo, Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. One final sip for the road. Alright, thanks again for watching, and I will try to stream more often from now on.